Hey, what's happening, everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. Today, I'm just gonna be taking a look at the Tripletree watch winder. It's a 4+6 watch winder, and yeah, let's just talk about if a watch winder is actually necessary and if it's worth it or not. If anybody cares, I'm just gonna be doing a quick wrist check for my watch today. I'm wearing the Omega Speedmaster. Yeah, so this Tripletree watch winder I've had for about a year now. I think I got it for off of Amazon for roughly $230 Canadian. As you can see, it'll wind 4 watches, and then it'll have 6 slots for extra watches, which I think is pretty nice. So this watch winder has 4 settings. So it's got your first setting as clockwise. So what this will do, will wind your automatic watches or your calendar watches, and what it'll do is it'll spin clockwise for 2 minutes, take a break for 6 minutes, and then start again. So that's the first setting, is clockwise. And then you have the second setting, that will be counterclockwise. As I'm sure you've noticed, the 2 watch winders here is definitely going a little bit quicker than these two, which doesn't even look like it's going too fast. But it gets the job done, but kind of just barely. So this one will do the same thing as the first setting, 2 minutes on, 6 minutes off. And then you got your third setting, which I use most of the time, is it'll go 2 minutes in clockwise position, take a break for 6 minutes, and then the next 2 minutes will be counterclockwise position, and then it'll just do that. The fourth position is 5 minutes in clockwise position, and then 5 minutes in counterclockwise position. It'll do that for about 3 hours, and then it'll actually take a break for 9 hours. So that's not too bad, but I've never actually used that one before. I normally use the third setting, which is clockwise, and then go into counterclockwise. So the total turns per day will be 2,880 turns per day. So I've had it for about a year, like I said, and I like it. The box structure and then just the aesthetics of this looks really nice. It's also got a cool backlight for blue, so it's pretty good. At nighttime, it'll look better. Right now, I'm filming this in the morning, but it's kind of cool. You can display your watches, and it's actually a really nice box for displaying. The hinges here are steel, pretty sturdy. You got a lock down here, but I never lock it. Don't really need to. So yeah, so these 2 watch winders, after the year, it's going slow, but it still gets the job done. It still keeps my watches running. So the main reason, I believe, for watch winder is if you got more, it's really intended for more elaborate movements, like an annual calendar or a perpetual calendar, which those watches will have a year function, a month function, and a day function. So if it's out of juice and you gotta reset all those things, then it's not the most fun. So that's where I see a watch winder would be perfect for you. In my case, at first I was really gung-ho about it, and I do like the watch winder, and it does work for my benefit, but 50% of the people, in my opinion, will think that watch winders are not so good. Because even though you're not really wearing the watch and you're using those winder to do it, it could just wear out your gaskets and parts just a lot faster, and lubricants. It'll just wear down a lot quicker. So you'll be faster to your service intervals, which can potentially be a lot of money. And then you got the other camp where you don't want this, because on just a basic automatic movement, it'll just you can just wind it up, and you actually like to interact with it, and you're actually kind of bringing the watch back to life, which actually is pretty nice. So lately, I've just been doing that. I've just been turning the watch winder on, off and on, and it works for me. And honestly, even if these motors break now, and it's just a case, it's a really nice display case. So even if it's broken, I still find a nice spot for putting watches, and it's got a backlight, so which is pretty cool. The actual cushions itself are actually too big. I have a 6.75 inch wrist, and yeah, these watches here would have to sit in this way, but I find that when you have them horizontally, when you're fitting them in, it's just they don't fit the greatest. So that's my gripe here. As you can see, they're kind of falling out because some are horizontal, some are vertical. So that's the only gripe that I have. Well, obviously mine is that motor here going slow. So ultimately, I think it's good. Like I said, it's $230. The motor, this motor is slowed down. I do hear online or see online that if you have this for about a year and 1 or 2 years, the motors do break, which sucks. Definitely, don't get me wrong, it sucks. But for the price, you know, considering if you want a really high-end wolf winder, those just for a single watch winder, that'll even be, I think, $300 I looked online. So it's pretty pricey. If you want to test it out first, if you like it, then you can buy this or something similar. It won't break the bank. And then if you really do like it, the Wolf Watch winder, man, tongue twister, haha, is actually pretty good. Obviously, for the price, it actually, you can decide on the dial or the setting how many turns per day you want, and they're just definitely more high end. This for me works for me. It's got a nice backlight, and yeah, it works pretty good, except for that, obviously. But yeah, hopefully that gives somebody some information about if you should get a watch winder or not. So there's two camps, like I said. So the camp where, yeah, might as well, you can just go quick grab and go. You know your watches will be fully wound up and ready to go. But hindsight, it could wear down your movement and the lubricants and just wear them down so you get quicker to service faster. But I believe that if you go the other way and don't get a watch winder and you let your watches sit for years, if you are like a watch enthusiast, you definitely will have multiple watches. So if you just leave them laying around for more than like a couple of years at a time, and then your lubricants will dry up, your gaskets will dry up, so it won't be as well. So ultimately you get to the same point where you're gonna need to service your watches anyways. But yeah, it's for me, it works fine. Like I said, I don't use it as much anymore. Once in a blue moon, I'll turn it on. But yeah, I think for my use of just displaying the watch for myself and just to make it look fancy with the blue light, it works for me. Yeah, I think it would be a good purchase, but obviously do your research and all that jazz. Yeah, if you've actually made it this far in the video, please subscribe and give me a like, because it really helps me out. I'm just trying to get this YouTube channel off the ground, and yeah, any help or subs would be greatly appreciated. Take care, have a good one, and cheers. See you guys later.